Welcome along to another video on the E39 V10 project. In today's video we're still fighting the ABS. I have driven the car around outside, and as soon as you go over about 5 or 6 miles an hour the ABS kicks in and the traction control comes on, and what I'm putting it down to is a difference in the hubs. So what I've got here is I've got some E60 M5 hubs, and the wheel bearings are different. Different in a couple of ways. I believe the ABS pickup is different, which is causing the issue. And the other difference is they have 3 locating pins for the semi-floating discs that E60 M5 run. But to be fair, these pins they just tap backwards. So you can just tap them backwards, leave them there flat, and they aren't causing any harm. They still spin freely there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the car up in the air, get it on stands, get the wheels off, and have a look at getting the hubs off. Okay, so I've got the car up in the air now, and what I'm going to do is start by taking the caliper off, the disc off, and then have a look at dropping the arms off, the track rod, and the other anti-roll bar, and all that sort of stuff, so I can get the hub off. As you can see, this is the M5 hub now on. All I did was undid the wishbones and the track rod, undone the pinch bolt, and then just slid it all out and slid the new one in and tightened everything back up. I did look at trying to just split the wheel bearing from the hub and put it back on the other hub, but those bolts there, they always corrode and they're really difficult to pull back through. So I started it and I thought, you know what, all the suspension's only just gone together. Well, it's never been driven since I put it all together, and it's got new bushes on there and all that sort of stuff, so that came apart really easily. So it was just easier to do that. To get the non-M5 discs to fit, I had to knock in the 3 pins I mentioned before, and then one of the disc retainers. What I've had to do is I've had to drill out for the shoulder of the disc retaining screw to go in, so it has a bit of a shoulder on there, so it allows it to sink in there, and the outer face will then just grip the disc. If you don't do that, the disc still wobbles about because it isn't deep into the hub deep enough. So yeah, just drilling out a 12mm hole, and that will make it sink in. So I'll chuck the disc and the caliper back on and go from there. Okay, so all the caliper and disc are back on, everything's back together. I mean, the only way I'm going to be able to test this is to drive it, which is obviously a difficult thing, having no MOT and stuff like that. So it'll probably just be around the drive outside again, and as long as the traction control light doesn't start flashing and it cuts the power, then I'd like to say that fix is done. I've also done the passenger side, is all back together as well. That's all done and finished. I mean, still bits that I've got to finish off is the rad housing, and yeah, the interior, yeah, well, a slight mess, but that'll probably be one of the next jobs. Might do that once I've got it outside again, and then that way I can have a look at driving it round. But yeah, it's another job ticked off the list now, and I'm hoping that'll be the end of the ABS till I run into the next issue, no doubt. So I'll probably leave this video here. It's only a short one, but yeah, I'll try and get another video out soon.